What's up, everybody? Thank you again for joining me for another week of It's a Kickback. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a rating, 5 stars preferred, or leave a review and a comment on our Apple Podcast. Subscribe to Good Vibes Radio. We have our show What's To You with artists, and we have It's a Kickback, where I invite guests on and we talk about their specialty, or you hear me and Marcellus chop it up about everyday life and more things in depth. But with that said, let's get straight to it. This week, we're kicking it with DJ Skidmarc. DJ Skidmarc,
Yo.
how you doing, man?
Good. How you feeling?
Good, man. Thank you for taking the time to join me. We're actually excited that you were able to make the time to join us this week because this week it's your annual event, Drip Fest, man. So, Drip Fest, how did that come to life?
Well, a lot of inspiration came from just the local festivals that go around. One of the big ones was Summer Smash. It's a pretty newer one that people are hearing about. And when I saw that going on, I was like, man, I can do this. You know, maybe not in the city to that level, but I can do something like this. And where I'm at now in Mendota, the Peru, Audio, LaSalle County area, there's nothing like that out here. You know, you want that, you have to go to the city, you have to go out of state. Unless you went to summer camp, that was the closest thing by, but that was not really more of a hip hop thing. It was more of like a jam band DJ stuff. So I really wanted to bring that hip hop to it, as is there's a lot of hip hop local scene in LaSalle County, in Mendota, in Peru, in Ottawa Street, or all the surrounding area. So that was the big thing for me, is like the artists are here, the people are here. I was able to find a great location. The Country Ranch is a great venue. They're very helpful with everything. They're just as excited and happy to be doing the event as we are and having it at their location. So thankfully for the ranch, we found a venue that did have the space for us to allow us to do these type of events. So it started in 2020. 2021 was the first one. 2021, right after COVID and everything happened, and people were starting to get more relaxed with everything, going back outside. I was like, all right, let's bring something to Mendota. So I started off 2021 doing it just strictly local artists, local DJs. I didn't have no big names really on it. I had a DJ Flipside from B96. People might know him. He was a DJ for the first year, but there was no big artist or anything crazy like that. And that went well. It wasn't like 50,000 people there or nothing, but it was a success as far as the event. We were able to pull it off, and we were able to see, okay, cool, this is possible. What can we build from here? So then when the second year came, we decided to do it again. We weren't ready to do the 2-year thing yet. We still decided, let's just make it one night, you know, see how it works, see if we can do it better than last year, and let's try to get someone who can draw some attention to the event as well. That's when we ended up booking Twista and Supa Bwe. Great to work with, very down-to-earth people. They hung out afterwards. They did podcast interviews. They chatted with me a little bit after the event. So really cool people, really down-to-earth people. And just all the connections that all the artists are making, networking with different artists that they either may have known but haven't met yet, or are just new connections that people can make, you know, features and who you work with, it really helps. So the combination of bringing something out to Mendota that people don't normally see, a festival style event, but at the same time bringing the local scene out here so people can see what they do and they can see what all the other local talent is around. And it's where the networking happens. It's pretty much just like a big, huge networking party. You know, you have the locals there, you have the DJs there, you have promoters there, and then you have the fans, you know. A lot of artists also as well don't have places to perform, you know, on a festival style stage or a festival style event. You have to DJ at a bar or some small little place, but this puts them on that level. Like, if you have what it takes, if you have the music, if you're serious in your craft, and you want that platform to perform in front of your fans, your friends, your family, and you can get all that Drip Fest. It's more of that home-based festival style that I like about it. You know? It's really close to home.
That's awesome.
So now we're here in 2023, our third year. We decided to take that leap and make that second day happen, which allowed us to do the on-site camping as well. So we'll see how that goes. It's double the work, but it's also double the fun. So we're ready. We got a lot of work going on behind the scenes. We've got the 3 stages. We'll have 2 indoor stage setups and 1 outdoor stage setup. So we'll have food vendors on site, all that good stuff. All the festival things you need is all right there in the backyard of Mendota.
Well, so much for giving me like a short snippet to clip, but no,
That
That's awesome, man. I'm hip to it because I know Cody J, and I know you've been building and working your ass off at this for these last couple of years. Like I've watched, and so with all that, man, what goes into it? Like, because we have the same kind of drive of they're not doing that here. I want to do that here.
Yeah.
So what keeps you going? What makes you want to add that second day?
It's just more opportunity. I can put more people on. You know what I mean? There's just so much talent, so much artists around that I was able to make that lineup where I had enough music and I can actually still do more. Eventually, if everything goes well, we continue to do this, it'll turn into a whole weekend and we can make it a 3-day thing. So we have the hip hop acts and we have the DJ. Eventually, we want to add in the jam bands and throw that mixture in there as well to have all three, the bands, the hip hop, and the DJs. So it's all just pretty much what I love to do is bring people together, you know, and music brings people together as long as it's a good vibe and people can relate to it and dance to it. Music, man, it brings people together. It's my passion. So I think you said it the best when you shared one of the best quotes. It was like a do-it-yourself event. You know, I don't have no one's funding me. No one's like, hey, I have $100,000 for your thing. You know, so it's all me and a handful of people that are coming together to make this happen, just to put out for the local community and for the local artists and DJs that we know. And like I said, we really think that everyone on the lineup deserves to be on the lineup and will definitely give a show that people will enjoy. That's
awesome. Yeah, DIYs, dude. And that's, I'm people used to get embarrassed by that, but man, like you're doing it all. You're doing it. Like, this is huge. This is huge. So, yes. And you're doing it. I mean, you got your conglomerate that comes together, and that's the best part about it. Because it went from you and a few people, now it's you and a group of people, and who knows what could be next. Because you're really onto something with this. But as far as like the atmosphere, like what's that kind of like? What's a day at Drip Fest like for fans?
So a day at Drip Fest, let's see. There's definitely gonna be music going on the whole time. We'll have DJs and artists going on. So if you feel like you want to just go and hear some heavy dubstep or some house music, you can go check out one of the DJ stages if you're willing to pay attention and hear some people's music or discover a new artist. And you can hop on over to the artist stage and check out an artist. You know, it's that not everyone on the lineup you're going to know. It's supposed to be an opportunity for you to get to know and hear some new artists. Find somebody new you haven't heard of, someone who might be from your hometown or not too far off. You know, so it's all about building that fan base and introducing new artists to the local people as well. So aside from the music, we'll have a full bar on site for those who want to drink. We'll have food vendors. We'll have tacos. We'll have pizza. We'll have ice cream. Anything that you need there. We'll have a few fun games like bags, and I think we're even getting a little duck tank in case people want to get a little hot and want to cool off. Yeah. You know, get a little grip. We might do some little some water activities, some water balloons, maybe some super soakers, some stuff like that. So we're definitely gonna do some stuff to keep people entertained while they're there.
That's awesome. So if they haven't heard of this for some reason, they haven't heard of Drip Fest, yes, how much is it to participate as a fan?
It's just $20 a day. You can get a 1 day if you want to come Friday or Saturday. You can only make it 1 day, it's just $20, or you can get both tickets for $35. JetMusicFest.com.
Word. So let's kind of move on to how you go about booking the acts. You know, you said it's a lot of locals, so let's start there. Like, what's the criteria do you consider for those acts?
Well, I definitely pay attention to the scene a lot. You know, I see who's putting out music. I see who's recording music videos. I see who's actively doing shows or working on themselves in their career. And those are the ones that I scope out, the ones that really have a passion for it. I try to do something. You know, if someone reaches out to me and they haven't had a song or they've never performed before, you know, this is probably not the event for you. You know, it's someone who takes it serious, someone who has recent or current projects out, a music video out, a decent fan base. So we definitely pay attention to the local scene. We definitely take suggestions. We had a competition for free slot giveaways where we had people comment who they wanted to see perform. So that's how we actually had a couple of opening acts, DLC, C. Royski, and Mopey, I believe, were the three winners that we let the fans decide. So we definitely involve the fans and letting us know who they want to see there. So Yeah, that's basically how we go about. We just pay attention to the scene, see who's doing their thing, and if we feel like they have what it takes to be on the stage and turn up, then we reach out to them, or they reach out to us, vice versa. If they reach out to us, I ask for social media links, ask for YouTube links. I want to see what you got going on. If I see there's motion, there's stuff going, cool, let's work. And if I see it, you're just doing it basically just because it looks cool, it's not what it's for. What I mean? It's for serious artists, for sure. People who take it seriously.
Yeah. So if, as an artist, if I was to approach you, I kind of pass all your criteria, what's my day look like at Drip Fest?
Sorry, say that one more time or you cut off.
So if I'm an artist, and we spoke on the fans' perspective, but if I'm an artist, I pass all your criteria, I'm locked in, what does my day look like?
So as far as the artists being there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the artists being there, they come. We'll have a little hangout lounge, obviously specifically for the artists that are hanging out, so they can network with each other. They're able to check out other performances who are coming before them. We have complimentary snacks and water for all the artists. We make them feel at home. Performing is just probably the best part, what I'm saying? Getting in front of the fans, in front of, if you invited your family, your friends, they can see you on stage doing what you love to do. So I think that's the main part that the artists take away from it, is being able to perform on that stage and then just meeting fans, taking pictures, hanging around, networking. Because like I said, a lot of these artists do just know each other over social media. They haven't met in person. So to have that in-person connection for the artist and just being able to say, hey, I was a part of this event, it is what it's about for the artist, really. Yeah,
that's dope. And one thing you did that I thought was really dope is you threw all of us in a group chat together.
Yes, yes. I can't individually message, 30, 50 different people.
Yeah, so you had your reasons, but I thought it was really dope because it, someone was like, we should drop our Snapchats and things like that. And I thought that was a great idea to network because, when everyone's there in the moment, it's not always about, let me make sure I get, you're trying to have a genuine connection outside of social media since you're in person. So I thought that was smart, and I appreciated that as well because I connected me with someone.
Yeah, we also made that Spotify playlist for the same reason as well, for people to get to hear their music and can check out everyone that's on the lineup.
Yeah,
and that can be found on the Facebook page.
Yeah, and all the links to everything, as far as your tickets, the playlist, the Instagram pages, socials, it'll be linked in the description below. So if you are interested, just check it out. Just make sure you click dripmusicfest.com.
Yes, sir. Dripmusicfest.com.
Okay. So as you grow and you continue growing and developing this, how do you make sure everything just goes so smooth? Like, do you have a security team out there? Medical staff?
We definitely have on-site security. Safety is definitely a priority for the people there. We have on-site security. We will have medical staff on site just in case heat stroke, stuff like that happens, dehydration. Luckily, with the past couple of events we haven't had any issues with people getting too rowdy or out of hand or anything physical going down. It's just mostly just been minor medical things that have happened. But yes, we do focus on protecting everyone, keeping everyone safe, making sure they can enjoy themselves and feel safe while they're there. Full professional security team, pat downs, no weapons allowed whatsoever. And it's definitely a place where people can feel safe being there.
Good, they can be safe, enjoy themselves. That's awesome, man. So Drip Fest 2023. Who's headlining this? You spoke about Twista and Supa Bwe. Who's headlining 2023? Talk to us.
All right. For Friday, we have Lil Wyte headlining for Friday night, and Futuristic will be headlining Saturday night. Those are the two big names. People know Lil Wyte. They associate him with famous now Jelly Roll. He has a lot of music with him, and Jelly Roll speaks on him and making music with him. And I think people resonate with that music from Lil Wyte that people can relate to, have heard to, grew up with. And when people hear Lil Wyte, they're like, I know the name. You know, so that was someone that we could thought that bring like the hip hop side, but the country side as well. So that was like a good combination of both. And Futuristic, his brother Dad Exotic is also, he will be performing Saturday night as well. he performed last year at Drip Fest, and he did great. He killed it, and we chopped it up. He's like, we got to get my brother Futuristic involved in this somehow. So we're like, we'll see what next year brings, and we're able to get in contact with Futuristic and make it happen. So we have him coming up Saturday to perform and do his thing. Aside from that, we have Nate, aka Nasty. He's another co-headliner that will be performing. Cody J, LaSalle County homie. Everyone knows Cody J, aka DJ Famous, will be performing Friday night. Lito Garcia from Chicago. He's a well-known Puerto Rican rapper, singer. He'll be performing Saturday night. We have B. Henshaw, Todd James, and of course, Shy Songwriter will be performing as well. He always brings it. He always turns up. He knows how to rock a crowd. So we have co-headliners, people with names that people know. We have Lil Wyte, we have Futuristic. Everyone that's on the lineup is definitely have some music that you're gonna either relate to or want to dance to or just enjoy. So yeah, you definitely have a decent lineup this year.
That's what's up. So how do you go about, like, once you get all the artist names, how do you go about building that schedule throughout the day? Do you base it off of, I'm going to let you answer, but what do you base that lineup off of?
That's probably the hardest thing to do is create the lineup, especially for the opening acts.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants to have that headline spot, but it's not possible. But I definitely try to create a vibe, try to create a flow. I listen to the artist, I listen to the music, and try to just make it blend well, with each artist going into the next artist. They either have either a similar type of rhythm or a similar type of flow. And I might have, we have a few female artists as well. So we'll have a couple male artists and a couple female artists. We'll have a couple, people who perform love songs and a couple people who perform those turn-up songs. So it's pretty much just like a nice build-up. We'll start off, not too soft. It'll still be good music, but we'll start off smooth, just enough to get you going. And as the night goes on and as the next performers go on, it'll just be a little bit more energy, a little bit more energy, a little bit more energy. It'll just be a nice build-up. So by the time you get to Futuristic, you guys are just like, let's go. We're ready.
Yeah. Is that your DJ instincts kicking in?
Yeah. This has something to do with it. Yeah, and you definitely, you want to save the best for last. You don't want to play all the heavy hitters right opening up. You definitely have to build that up. So, There's definitely a nice build up to the lineup.
That's what's up, man. I mean, you just released it to us, but it looks good, man. I'm excited to do it.
I had to edit it and change it like 30 times.
It's tough because no one wants to go first. You're answering to a lot of people. No one wants to go first. All these other things. Yeah. So I get that.
But a lot of the artists are understanding with it, and a lot of them, like I said, really just appreciate the opportunity to be able to say, "Hey, I performed here."
Yeah, and those are the people that you always go to first. It's like, I'm gonna think of you.
We definitely pay attention to the artists and how they act while they're there. Do they show up? Do they hang out? Do they just perform and leave? Did they bring a crowd? Did they bring anybody? Did they promote? Did they not promote? So a lot of that we do look into, and that definitely determines whether or not we continue to work with them in the future or not.
Yeah, as you should. And I know they're gonna hear that. Some people are gonna hear that and be kind of salty, but that's the reality of things. It's like we take a risk on putting you here. So, what do you do with the opportunity? Do you make us regret it, or do you, deserve to come back?
Exactly. So at the end of the day, I try to make it seem like it's an opportunity for you. Make the best of it.
Yeah.
Don't waste the opportunity.
No, it's a huge opportunity because I don't know how many other music vendors are there, but like you have me giving out interviews, so it's like, hey, this dude was solid. He did all these things. Make sure you grab him for an interview. Say less. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. That makes my job easier, but but
yeah.
So it's things like that. You want to give that person that goes the extra mile more opportunities.
Exactly.
Artists, if you're listening, pay attention because he's giving you what you need to succeed. So with the Drip Fest being what it is, you spoke on what it does for, the local artists and things like that. How do you feel it kind of contributes to the community of Mendota?
Well, I think it definitely gives people something to do out here in Mendota. There's not too much really anything to do out here event-wise unless you want to go to a bar. You know what I mean? There's a couple places in the surrounding areas of like Peru and Ottawa that might do some local events, but nothing to this caliber, this level style of events where you're putting a lineup with decent headline names. You have full production setups. It's like a concert style event. And it's just something new, something that hasn't been here, something that hasn't been done. They get Mendota, I guess we get Sweet Corn Festival every year, but that's something different. That's more of like family oriented. Like you go there for the lines and stuff. The entertainment's kind of like a side thing. This is the entertainment is the main purpose of it, to bring entertainment. And the fact that it is, we do have artists that live in Mendota, that live in Peru, that live in, the people that know. So it's family, friends that are coming out to see them, it's somebody that they know. It's not like you're going to go see, Little Baby, Drake, and people that don't even know you exist. These are at home people that are, in the same town as you or in the next town over. So, although the food vendors we have are local food vendors as well. La Esquinita de Oro is an ice cream shop here in Mendota that will be vending ice cream there. We have a taco truck, Marichuis Taqueria from Peru, South Peru. They'll be vending as well. So it definitely helps bring the local people together as far as artists, as far as vendors, and as far as the community. Like the ranch itself, they're really happy to be having something like this come to Mendota. Like I said, some type of entertainment. It is an all ages event. It's not an event catered for families, but if you wanted to come and bring your kids, it's a thing. You know what I mean? So I let people know that it's an all-ages event. It's not an event catered to families, but it is an all-ages event. Yeah. You can come camp out. You can come enjoy yourself, do your thing.
That's what's up. So for you, like, you're the mastermind behind all this, putting all the pieces together, man. What's a day at Drip Fest kind of look like for you? Are you running around with your head cut off? Because that's how I am my events.
That's how definitely it was the last 2 years. I was definitely running around like a chicken with the head cut off. With that, you don't really get to enjoy the event. It's just kind of in a blink of an eye, it starts and then it ends. You know what I mean? And then you kind of do all the catch up afterwards. But this year, I have a little bit more help. Like I said, the first 2 years was a lot of just me. There were a lot of helping hands. I can't say I do everything by myself. The production and outdoor setup we had the first 2 years, shout out to DJ Victor. He was the one who provided me for the sound and production, the stage setups, amazing setups. That would have not been possible without him. Host MGB Draco as well, Mike Solo and Jeremiah Butt. They all helped me out last year, try to keep everything going. But as far as behind the scenes and making sure everything was going on behind the scenes, the people were checked in and where they need to be, I was doing all that running around. And like I said, it wasn't any space for me to enjoy the event or to sit and just watch what was going on. And before I knew it was over. But this year so the first 2 years we did it outdoors. So it was like a lot of area to cover. This year we have switched it, the same location, the same venue. It's going to be indoors. There'll be an outdoor stage, but they will all be within like 15 feet of each other. Yeah. So I don't have to be running across the property, driving a golf cart back and forth, yada, yada, yada. So the outdoor stage area that we used the first 2 years, that turned into the camping area. So that'll be, people can go back there, set up their camp and all that stuff. We decided to use the indoor venue, since the indoor venue can't hold up to 800 people, and just kind of like scale down a little bit to make it like less hectic, less of a headache, less running around. But still bring that festival feel to it. So there will be 2 indoor stages and 1 outdoor stage. But the event for me doesn't start the day of; it starts the day before. We'll probably start getting everything set up the day before, running sound check, all that good stuff, getting barricades set up, making sure everything the way it's supposed to be for the day of. Then I'll probably get there around 8, 9 in the morning again, just to finish doing any preparations, whatever. Have security come in, check in early, walk the property so they can see where everything's got to be. They can see, protocols, exits, safety measures, all that stuff. They can go over there. And then 12 o'clock, those doors open. It's go time, it's making sure everything goes smooth at the door. People are not waiting too long to get in. And that once they're in, they're able to, find where they're going, whether it's, which stage am I going to, where the food is at, making sure everything's easily accessible. And I'll be pretty much just focusing on the main artist stage myself. I have Mike Solo he's going to be running the DJ sets and the DJ stage. So I don't have to be running back and forth, handling all that. Luckily, I can just focus on one stage. So I have someone else controlling the DJ stuff while I worry about the hip hop act. So I'll be pretty much in the main hip hop stage room, making sure all the performances are on time. We don't have any delays, anything like that. Taking care of artists, making sure they have everything we need, and all that good stuff. So I'll still be running around, but it'll be a little bit more under control this year.
That's what's up. I'm glad you got it worked out, man, because I think I missed my first couple bigger events, and I was like, this ain't it. This ain't it.
No. Yeah, everyone else was telling me, man, that was a great time, yada, 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 this. And I'm like, man, what? It wasn't, I can't relate, you know? I was just, it was hectic, you know? Like I said, before you know it, it's over.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I get to hear about it. I was there the whole time, though. Glad I get to hear about it.
Exactly. And this year, there's definitely going to be a lot more media coverage. Like I said, me doing it by myself, not having the greatest funding finances in the world, you know, I did not have a lot of media coverage first 2 years. People asking me, oh, where are the pictures or the videos from the first year? And I have a handful, but nothing too crazy. But this year, media will not be a problem. There's going to be recap videos. There's going to be you there with the interviewers. There'll be plenty of photographers. So we're definitely going to get some good coverage this year. So even if I do run around and miss it, at least I get to see it in photo and video. You know?
That's what's up. That man leveled up. That's what's up. So from what makes Drip Fest unique?
Just the amount of just home-based local talent that it holds. You know, it's not about trying to just make $1 and get the biggest names out there and just, you know, I'm not in it to become rich or make $1 million bucks. Honestly, if you're trying to become rich, I wouldn't suggest doing it. You're gonna lose a lot. You're gonna lose a lot more than you win in the beginning. But you know, in order to succeed, you must first fail. You know. So I can't say it's making me rich, but it's definitely something I enjoy putting my time and energy into, and knowing that when it's all said and done, that, you know, we made an experience for people to have and a memory for people to have, you know, of Drip Fest. Saying, hey, I saw my friend perform, or hey, I saw my brother perform, or my cousin perform. He opened up for Lil Wyte. He opened up for Futuristic. This was in Mendota, in my hometown, or the next town over. You know, I was in Chicago or some other state. You know, so I think the fact that it's in Mendota, you know what I'm saying, it has a lot to do with it. You know, people are like, where's Mendota? What's Mendota? You know what I mean? So putting Mendota on the map was pretty cool too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I respect that. I felt the same way.
Yeah, it's a location that many people probably didn't really know existed until Drip Fest happened. Yeah.
I'd say that. Because I wasn't familiar with it either. But
honestly, they are definitely doing a lot more improvements on the place, and they are trying to do a lot more there as far as show-wise. But when I first noticed it, I didn't even know if it was open. It looked just like a private property to me, but luckily I was able to reach out to them on Facebook. I got their number, and I started off doing small events with Cody, DJ Famous. Nothing big, nothing like Drip Fest, small events, DJs, a couple local artists, a couple of little reggaeton, Latin nights and stuff. But, you know, we had the property, we had the space, and it was talks of doing an event, and they're like, why not just do it here? And that's pretty much, you know, how it happened.
That's what's up. You built the trust, built the relationship up, all those things. And
Yep.
That's awesome. So I guess one of my last questions for you before we wrap is, what is your goal for this year's Drip Fest?
My goal for this year's Drip Fest is to enjoy it a little bit more, for sure. And just to make sure it's just it's smooth and enjoyable for everybody, you know, that comes there. You know, everyone that comes there, I want to leave with a positive review, positive vibe, saying I enjoyed myself. It was a great night. I'm definitely going to come back next year. You know, it doesn't matter if there's 100 people or 1,000 people, as long as the people there enjoyed themselves, had a good time, and we'll come back next year. You know?
Word, man. Well, it was awesome. Thank you for taking the time to sit down and talk with me. I'm really looking forward to it and meeting you in person. But I think you're on to something. I do. And, you know, so keep going with it. You got my support. I'm a little more south, but, you know, whatever I can do to help you, I got you, man. I think what you're doing is incredible.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah, remind everyone where they can go to buy their tickets, where they can go to support you, support Drip Fest, and just see what's going on.
Yeah, you can get your tickets at dripmusicfest.com. Once again, dripmusicfest.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Drip Music Festival, on Instagram, Drip Music Festival, and on TikTok, Drip Music Festival. Pretty much everything Drip Music Festival, dripmusicfest.com. You can find your tickets there. I hope to see you guys all there.
All right. And where can they follow to support you? Because you still get it in on your free time too. Yeah.
Yeah. DJ Skidmarc, Skidmarc, Mark with a C, DJ SKIDMARC on all platforms. You can follow me. You can book me to DJ as well. I can do that. This is my passion. I love DJ. But the next leveling up is doing the events, you know, putting the shows together. So that's what we're doing now. But yeah, at DJ Skidmarc on all social media.
Word, man. Thank you again for taking the time to sit down with me. I can't wait to rock out with you Saturday.
Yeah, I appreciate your support and looking forward to seeing you there, man. It's gonna be a blast.
Drip bad.